So we're here with the beautiful, beautiful Randy Taryn, who has produced this experience. It's not, I can't just call it, when people make a movie, we want to create a movie, here's the big finish, it's not, it's an experience. It's an experience that is very beautiful. I had my daughter watch it. She brought it to her school and had her class watch it.
Oh, I'm so happy about
Yeah,
that.
she brought it to her school and
I'm
had
thrilled about that.
She has a friend that is anorexic, so she had her watch that. And the movie project
Makes me happy.
Happiness really has a strong impact. Every time I watch that movie and I think about where these kids sort of came from before they saw and met with and got really literally in front of the Dalai Lama, they were in different stages of sadness. And it started with George Lucas, right? You had the kid Luke, no pun intended, no intention of that design. Then you had them over at Skywalker Ranch, right? And then he did this little project. So tell them about it.
So Luke had written an essay comparing the message of the Dalai Lama, the principles of the Dalai Lama, with the Jedi Code. It just so happens that his name is Luke, right? And he's grown up on Star Wars, since he was just barely breathing. So this was his dream to meet George Lucas. And when George met him for the first time, there was this little kind of giggle going on between them. It was very, very
his
charming.
Name was Luke, and it was like, is this a setup? No, it's not a setup.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very cute. And then I love the way it sort of organically went to the next level. What you had Richard Gere there, who's like hot for life. And to hear him say that, I was unhappy.
Yeah.
He had everything. Gosh, he was married to Cindy Crawford. There's chicks who wouldn't mind being married to Cindy Crawford, and they're not gay. He had the life, right?
Yeah.
He sort of had this cagey, beautiful mystique to him, and he was miserable.
Yeah. And he was searching for something, some sort of system where he could find some happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I loved about him is he's such a humanitarian. And I know that he doesn't talk about it, but his actions, he goes and he helps behind the scenes a lot. In India, where there was a certain musician that was a Grammy winner and so on, very lovely former monk, who was in a car accident, almost died. And it was Richard Gere that flew the helicopter out, not saying anything, just to many actions like that.
And I believe that about him. When I saw him in your movie, it was really sort of, I had such a crush on him. What girl didn't during that time, during The Officer and a Gentleman? It's like, I'm so that chick, okay? But he had this cuteness about him, but you could tell it was cagey. So when I saw him in your movie,
it's
almost like taking a breath. It's like, oh, wow, he's okay.
More than okay.
He's okay.
He was double booked during that interview, and it looked for a time that he couldn't make both things, but he put the interview with the kids in front of his other obligations, and he stayed even longer than planned.
So
it was
awesome.
Really.
Tell us about these kids, though, because you had 25 kids total. Yeah. Tell us about the children and what the selection was.
We had kids from 3 countries together because really when you're looking at this question, what is lasting happiness? I wanted more than just a little perspective. I wanted to know what different cultures and backgrounds think of it as well. So we had kids from Nigeria. We had kids originally from Tibet, now in India. And we had kids from America, from California. Wow. And we put them together for 1 year with video cameras. They did video diaries and exchanged them and emails and the most profound, caring discussions. It blew my mind that these kids could get so deep with one another, not even knowing each other. And then they met for the first time in India to have an audience with the Dalai Lama.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And it meant so much to them, and I saw them when they came out of that meeting, and they were like, my life is forever changed. They're like,
Yeah.
my life is forever changed. And I think for children today, they really need to, and I really believe that my mother did this for me and I did this for my children. They need to have a vision bigger than their circumstances. Giving them that type of experience helps you to expand their capacity. I forgot who said it, but they said a mind expanded can never return to the same size, right? So they need to expand their capacity so they can see bigger than what's in their space right now. And that's what my mom did by taking me to see Pavarotti. And when I saw Puccini, Tosca, that was huge for me because I really, it was the first time I connected with something. It was not in English, right? But I felt everything that they felt. And I remember being a kid, a little kid, thinking, I may not know what they're saying, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? We feel the same thing. It's like, she's mad, I'm mad.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But I got to put on my pretty little opera gloves and my little patent leather pocketbook. And it may not mean anything to people, but it means everything to that child.
Yeah.
That you give them an experience beyond their circumstances. And the circumstances are the things that circle where you stand. They are not who you are.
Right. Right.
So taking them to see the Dalai, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, that's like when I take my kids to see someone that they really, really like or admire. It gives them an opportunity to land in what would be almost imagination only and take that imagination and jump into it and make it real. That opens huge possibility. It generates huge possibility for a child.
Kids were saying that they came in, they're angry, and all of a sudden they just dropped it. Some of the students were crying and they didn't know why. It just, they just, let go of so much, just being in that presence. Yeah. Yeah. But what we really wanted to show them through that experience, because we had the kids not only be in the movie, we had them write down what was memorable to them. What if they could share something with kids around the world, what would it be? Because I really believe that there is an innate wisdom inside of young people, and in some ways they are closer to it than we are, right? So if we could tap into that and share that.
It's unfiltered, it's not corrupted, it's not perverted, it's not jaded. Granted, people say, kids are the most innocent things in the world. I don't know. My kids know how to lie. Maybe it's just them. But they knew how to lie very little. My son, chunky little fat hands, used to love Oreo cookies. Now, my son was as pale as you are. The combination of Oreo cookies, he could not hide. So he would have a streak of Oreo cookies across his face. And it was all goobery. And he had them eating out his fingers. Jay, did you eat the Oreo cookie? I did not eat the Oreo cookie. You're lying. You climbed up on top of the stove. You're standing there on top of the stove with black fingers and a black face. Did you eat the Oreo cookie? Nope.
Straight face.
So kids do lie. Yes. But yet their feelings are very honest, right?
Yeah,
They're
their
very, very
feelings are honest, and they can be taught. This is what we learned throughout this whole thing, is that we can teach them, actually anyone, how to be happier. And this is kind of a skill set, and it has to do with the beautiful mindfulness that you were talking about.
Yes.
And it has to do with the neuroscience, all this.
I love that guy that you had on there for
Richie
talking
Davidson.
about the neuroscience
Yeah.
and everything else. And actually, I think he has an event coming up pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Be Human.
Yes.
Org is having an event. Are you going to go? Maybe I'll go.
I would
with
love
you.
to go.
Yeah. But he talks about the neuropathy of it, which is we learn things separately, right? We learn our science separate from our math, and our math separate from our history. We learn our social skills at home. So everything is so segmented that we don't know to integrate it all.
Yeah.
For a complete conversation. We need a complete conversation, so it has to be integrated. One of the things that really had me connect, you and I
Yeah.
connect. You were telling me about your
My
daughter,
daughter.
and how
yeah.
you got into this conversation.
Yeah. So this is how this whole project started. It was very personal. I was telling Nestor this morning, actually. My own daughter was going through a period of tremendous stress and even depression. And she was a young teenager at the time, and I didn't know what I could do to help her. So everything I tried, all the books, all the research, blah, 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 wasn't reaching her. And I started speaking to the experts and was shocked to learn that what she was going through and what we were experiencing as a family was not unique to us. It was all across the country, and not only all across the country, all across the world.
Yeah.
And one thing just blew my mind, and that was the World Health Organization believes that by 2020, depression will be the second greatest cause of human suffering, and that is across the world, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, no matter your gender, and no matter your age. So imagine that.
I believe that. I mean, I think personally, I mean, amongst the women that I know,
Yeah.
there's so many women that they're just they're very depressed.
Oh, yeah.
And they're in their 40s, or they're very, very, very depressed. I mean, and they want to be engaged. They want to be. I have friends. I'm 45 or 40. No, I'm 45, and they've never been married. They've never had children, and I think that's fine. I just chose to have. I got married at 20. And I had to have 2 beautiful children, you know, and I'm done. Shop is closed. I might get a puppy, but even then, it better already be housebroken and know how to get his own dinner out of the cabinet. But no, really, I'm done. They're just starting. They want to have babies now, and they're very sad and they're very depressed and and I don't know how to help them. You know, it's just like I can't tell them to stop your biological clock from clicking.
Yeah.
But this is the truth. And then my same experience with my daughter, where a lot of her friends, and even she, I believe, was struggling with cutting. With cutting.
Yes.
And they're just sad, you know, very, very sad children.
It happens
They don't feel anything.
all over the place. I mean, more than people would think. And, you know, there's some tremendous expectation going on in our society that you have to be a certain way, you have to look a certain way, you have to act a certain way, you have to be so successful and out there, and all this Facebook culture that where people compare themselves, you know, to their friends.
To the social media.
Exactly. And
Well, you know, I think the phrase I'm going to make up right now just sort of landed in my little brain. It's not about sex predefined. It's about success. Did I say sex?
you said sex.
Oh, okay, let me make a mental note. No, it's not about success predefined, but success by design.
Love it.
Your personal
Love it.
design
Yeah.
of success. Because my success and your success, they may be different. I may not have any value for what you consider successful.
Right.
Right? In my book that I've written, and I'm going to finally release it very soon, called The Real Manifesto, How to Manifest Your Real. And real is results empowered authentic living. Right?
Nice.
So I talk about who decided when you were a child, I want to be a crackhead. I want to be a prostitute. When I grow up, I want to be a prostitute. No one decides that. Something happens. I think every child wakes up and they have the same glimmer in their eye. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a dancer. I want to be... And then something happens in life that takes that childlike nature and kills it. And they become old and jaded.
They lose hope.
They lose hope.
They lose hope.
And hope
Yeah.
deferred makes the heart sick.
Yeah.
Your book brings hope, and your movie brings hope, and I love that. Your curriculum is great. And
Thank
we're going
you.
to work together on the curriculum so we can get everywhere.
Thank you.
And I love everything that you do when it comes to body image. You have an event coming up in reference to body image.
Yeah, we're having an event on October 17th at the Castro Theater
Yes.
in San Francisco.
Well, I will be there. I'll
Yes,
be there
it's
with my
gonna
lovely
be
lady under the
awesome.
carpet.
Halloween and happiness all together. And we're reaching out to the LGBT community, and just the whole conversation is about authentic self-acceptance and self-expression, and really that it's a wonderful thing to be who you are and not judge other people. So this whole thing, there is so much bullying going on these days.
There's bullying everywhere.
in
But
schools,
I have two
in
thoughts
the
about the bullying,
workplace,
though.
I mean, everywhere.
Randy, you got to help me. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything is considered bullying right now, which I think there's a lot of it that's considered bullying. But I think sometimes, too, because we did not want our children to go through the things we went through, that we've raised some punks. I really do, sometimes. Because everything is oh, this person said this thing to me. They said it to you. Life is that way. So there has to be a balance. I think I don't like my daughter to be bullied at all. Not online. She's been cyberbullied. She's been bullied
Sorry
in
to
school.
hear that. Yeah.
And cyberbullying is worse because
Very
it's
nice.
silent.
Yes.
See, in school, I can go to the school and say, cut it out. This person needs to stop it, and the teachers need to handle it.
Yeah.
And they know when I'm coming. They go, oh dear, here she comes, Kai's mom. I mean, she's a little older now, so it's not as bad. But when both of my children, the little time they had in school, I homeschooled the majority of the time. But when my son was in third grade, he was in a private school, thinking that would be better for him.
Yeah.
And the teacher looked at me and they said, you are the only mom that's in this school every day. And I said, because I don't care if you have 625 students, you have one.
Yeah.
That's my child.
Yeah.
That's my prince. And that's what I called him. I called him Young Master because he is the master of all he surveys. He was not my baby boy.
Yeah.
He was an adult in training. But I gave him instructions that said, if it's an adult conversation, that is not your conversation. That's my conversation. You should not have that conversation. So I think there's a lot of parameters, just like with PTSD, ADD, autism. We need to define bullying. And I think with a lot of the children that are saying that they're being bullied, I think it's a matter of life skills or communication skills sometimes to be able to be empowered
Yes.
to say what they need to say to stick up for themselves. I don't know.
That's
Not all the time. There
no,
are some
that's definitely
bullies.
there's definitely part of it, and everyone needs to learn, good communication skills. But I also think that empathy can be taught, and that can be taught at a very young age.
Yeah. And I think it starts with unplugging. I'm sorry. We have too many earbuds and too many things going on in our ears where these kids are not processing their feelings.
Yeah, they don't even know how to name their feelings often, and that's another thing that can be
We have
taught.
Diane Price over
Yeah.
here. She has Spicy Business Radio here on the network. And of course, she met Miss Priscilla with a V with a long name. I love her, and she's helping me on my health, my commitment to health. So
Right.
I wanted them to be able to join in when they want to. In these last 10 minutes, can you believe that we have done 3.5 hours of talking? Holy crap.
Fast.
See, Larry always said that I could talk him to death in a 5-hour drive. I guess he was right.
Doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel like it. That's because it's just yummy and
I think we're all very much aligned
yeah.
over here, and it's just so much fun to be
Yeah.
getting deep into these subjects.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw you have some keys here that's part of the Project
I
Happiness.com
do.
content. So I want them to be able to hear it before we wrap up today.
Sure.
And also remember on my new website, which you can access from tinaspeaks.com, because right now, again, I'm forgetting that it's
HopeSocially.com.
Thank you. Hope Socially. I literally designed this site last night in the middle of the night because of something that I requested to be done, and I refused to get upset about it. I refused to be even angry about it at all. I just designed a new site in the middle of the night.
was that?
And it's action.
Yes. And I have it the way I want it to be. with the video in the middle of it, not
Yay.
someplace else.
The V in the middle.
In the middle, because I mean, I didn't want it complicated. I wanted people to get on the site and figure out what it is immediately.
Yeah.
That's good marketing,
It is,
right? Good marketing. So, HopeSocially.com is that place where we're going to have the content that are the content that's partnered with the Tina Speaks Show has to do with philanthropy and altruism. Nesta Perez, Randy Taryn are two of my Hope Ambassador partners, and we'll be doing some wonderful projects moving forward. Don't forget to go to their site to get the schedule for the rest of the week. Social Media Week is going to be huge. And then you can go to socialmediaweek.com itself, and there's events all over the world.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Events all over the world. It's fantastic. We just have the opportunity to cut through all the content because we're the only ones doing meditation.
Woohoo!
Isn't that
All right.
amazing?
Stay on meditation.
I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. And people want the meditation. So I'm very blessed and privileged and humbled, really, that my natural identity is something that people are attracted to, which is meditation and peace. So I want people to get some of this information about Project Happiness. So tell us. How do we become happier now? We need to be happier now, not
here's
yesterday, now.
Some happiness tips that you can take into your own lives, and they're not hard. So number one is know your strengths. Ask a couple of people what they think are your innate strengths. And I'm not talking about, oh yeah, I know how to play the piano because I've been playing it for 20 years. It's more of what you were born with and what you're passionate about and what you go to. Because if you can find a way to use those in everyday life, you are so ahead of the game. It's just wonderful expression. Another thing is surround yourself with happy people, because the people
If you follow a stupid person home, another stupid person answers the door.
Exactly. And the 5 people that you are closest with influence you more
The
than
most.
you know.
The
right.
most.
So choose your mindset. That's another one. There is a psychologist called Carol Dweck at Stanford, and she's developed this thing called mindset. So you can have a growth mindset where you find out if you've had a challenge. Let's say you blew a presentation, it didn't go well. You can either beat yourself up and say, I will never do this again in my life. It's over. Or that's the fixed mindset. Or you could do the growth mindset that says, you know what, life is about learning. I mean, what did I learn from this? I will get better. And when you fall down, you pick yourself
You
up
got to
again.
shift your
That's
lens.
part
Just shift
of
your
life.
lens.
Shift your lens. Exactly.
And then unfortunately, I think we only have time for 2 more.
Okay, 2 more. I have to go with my favorites. Okay, gratitude. I have to say gratitude is one of my absolute favorites, and we've kind of talked about that a little bit. If you do a little gratitude journal, which is writing, 3 things that you're grateful for, it could be even a nice day, you will increase your happiness up to 25%. And then the last one is connect. So there's 3 levels of connection, which I love. Number
Which
one,
is the theme for Social Media Week 2013 is
There
we
we
are
go.
all connected.
that's right. So you can connect with yourself, your inner self, that inner voice that you can access in the stillness. And sometimes when you have a hunch about someone or that feeling in the shower, that idea, listen to it. The next kind of connection is people to people. So do things where you actually have real conversations with people, not the fake frenemy kinds of things.
Did you
Because
say frenemy?
yes, I did.
She said frenemy. I like that.
enemy.
I've never heard that one.
I like that word.
And then finally, is connect with something greater, however you define that. So whether it's a greater power, call it what you want, or just being in nature. Feel that awe, feel that wonder, feel yourself as part of something greater. And what can you do to engage the passion in your life and the sense of purpose and meaning so that you can give of yourself, not only for your own, oh, I have a great life, but it's what about making things a little better? I always say to my kids, are the thoughts that you're thinking making this, and the actions that come from those thoughts, making the situation better or worse. We have more power than we know,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, one
Yeah.
little pebble in the water
Yeah.
makes waves that reverberate for miles, right?
Absolutely. And I would just say that we've put all this stuff into curriculum from K through 5, middle school, high
That's
school.
why I love this organization. Do you see why now? See, all this stuff is being integrated in schools, and you're
It
getting
can
ready to
be
go to
taught.
Trinidad, and
That's
you're going to
right.
teach it.
And Romania,
and in
all
Romania,
over the
she's
world.
gonna
Puerto
teach it.
Rico,
Puerto Rico.
Cuba.
We're in 76 countries so far.
Yes, 76
and the
countries.
goal is
So these are
world
two very
happiness.
humble people that are making huge global impact that I'm happy to call my friends. Not my frenemy.
No room in life for that frenemy. No. That's in the life's too short category,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. So, okay, so the quick one, let's jump down to altruism.
Okay. Altruism, do something nice for someone else because it's the fastest way to make yourself feel good.
Yes.
You know, do good. You want to feel good? Do good.
That's right.
Very, very simple.
Really simple
Yeah,
stuff. Really
yeah.
simple stuff. Just like law of attraction. If you
Yeah.
suck, you're going to attract suck. You just suck. If you want to actually be a contribution to the universe or receive that contribution, give. Give what you want.
Right.
Be the change you want to see in the
Exactly.
universe. And I think 10 is really, really important too.
10
I mean,
is,
affection is important. All this stuff is important.
Yeah.
But 10 is really important for me
That-
right now.
That's remember your body.
Yes.
So give your body a break. You know, your body, we take it for granted.
sleepy, tired.
So walk it around, do some exercise. That's the fastest way to get the endorphins up. And put something inside your body other than a pretzel or a processed creation or, you know, a little sugar puff because sugar produces inflammation in the body and it affects your moods up and down. So, I mean, I love my chocolate. I really do. But I can't keep it in the house, unfortunately. I really can't. I can't. I
It's
will
a
go
love
through the
drug.
whole thing. But anyway, so I don't keep chocolate, but I do have it when I'm with friends and things, you know.
Yeah.
And also get some sleep.
Well, it's
Is
funny.
the most underrated thing.
It's underrated and it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Randy Tarrant from Project Happiness, and I'm so happy that you're able to I want people to know what you're up to because you have an event coming up,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk about it more in the show. But you guys are in Palo Alto, so you're far. Now, for my audience, you now see the face. When you hear the voice, now you can connect the face with the voice, and you'll get involved with everything that we are getting done here. Tina Speaks.
This is a warrior's chant. The sound of the battle, the cry, a movement of people. This is our way to freedom.
Mama solution, movement of people. It's time to get free.
We got about 3.5 hours to get from Little Rock to Shreveport, and then from there we go to the studio in Shreveport to make it happen. Just booked Sizzle, Papa, and Sierra, the actors that are going to be in the video. And Sizzle Papa's music that we're using for the video. So of course we got to have him there, but we waited till the last minute to book him. So Now Sierra is actually the spokesperson for Pitbull Energy Drink. So we're gonna have her in just one little scene. And then Sizzle, it's his song that we're using called "Tell Me What's Up." And then Grambling Marching Band is redoing the music tonight, so we have to head to the studio so I can produce the track for the video. So we're gonna do a video and we're gonna do a commercial.
Okay.
So it's on the crack. So let's head on out, man, and make it happen.
Road trip.
Road trip.
See it? Just wait on it. Listen to his voice.
My name is Alan Blakeney. We're directing a commercial for Pitbull Energy Drink and Grambling State University.
Action. Come on, we gotta snap out of this. Y'all call yourselves student leaders. I'm not getting out of you what I want out of you. You just walking around like zombies. Back to the girls. What my man play set? Come here, what? I'm just me, that's it.
You know, all they can.
Hey, you just don't understand how active I'm finna be out Pitbull.
I'm suing. Only because I drink this drink, they showed up.
Oh, you gonna just tell y'all to play? You say if y'all play. I said, let's go. You gonna say.
Well, this is the wrap-up of the first day of Social Media Week. Woo! And we're able to talk about meditation and remember what Nestor told us to do. He said for us to get quiet, be still, and be in gratitude. That's the beginning for some practical meditation here. And then when we do that, we're able to make some clear choices and just be in our body because we are human beings, not human doings. Remember that? That's right. And tomorrow, just keep looking at our websites and look for the content that we upload. But be back here at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, we have Shelley Hunt going to be present with us, who is one of the top motivational speakers. Actually, I think she's either going to Skype or drive in. We haven't decided yet because she's on the road. But she's one of the top motivational speakers in the country. She is the favorite to Michelle Obama. So she gets to come and talk to us about women for global change. And I'm trying to twist the arm a little bit for some of my friends over there at the eWomen's Network, Kim Yancey. No pressure, Kim. And then a few other people. Diana Price, you will be with us here in studio, right, talking about spicy business and economic reform. I'm inviting our friend Dana Whitaker, who talked about microfunding, $40 at a time, changing the game for a woman's economy. Changing the whole game for $40. I mean, that's amazing. In Indonesia and in Somalia, everywhere. I mean, these were game changers. So we'll be back here at 9 o'clock a.m. on rmconair.com or hit tinaspeaks.com and click on the link. Hit us on Tina Speaks Live on Facebook, Tina Michelle on Twitter. Get in the conversation, get in action. Don't just be a spectator, but get involved. Get involved. Get involved. It won't hurt. I promise you. It'll still be fun. It'll still be fun. And you won't have to be all serious about it like we talked about with meditation.
Yeah.
You'll be in your body. You'll be present. And you will flow. Talk to you next time on Tina Speaks. Thank you very, very much.
Yay.
So when it comes to energy drinks, I think it's safe to say not all are created equal. The choices can be confusing, and finding the healthiest brands for you and your family can sometimes be difficult. Our next guest is here to clear up some of that confusion. Joining us this morning in the first of our 4-part series on beneficial beverages is Diane Vara of Pitbull Energy. Hey, Diane.
Hi, Danielle. How are you?
Good to see you. Welcome to the show. All right, we're talking energy, and I have to tell you, energy drinks, and you know this, they've really taken off in the last several years or so.
Yes.
What do you think is driving that success?
Well, I think today that the world is moving a lot faster than it did decades ago. Busy lifestyles and hectic schedules are definitely requiring a lot more energy for our bodies. And so Pitbull has created a full line that pretty much perfects that energy blend that people and the consumers are demanding. So.
Well, listen, busy lifestyle, hectic schedule, you had me at hello, because that is me every day with 3 boys under the age of 12. And I do sometimes drink energy drinks, but one of the things that I want to know is what should women, we have particular health needs. What should we look for to determine which energy drink is healthy and which one might not be so healthy for us?
Well, most energy drinks, they pretty much are basically similar in the ingredients that they contain. However, you should always take a look at if there's any synthetic ingredients, and also you should take a look at the origin of the drinks. Places like China and other countries don't have too many health regulations, so a lot of the sugars that they contain are very harmful for the body. And Pitbull energy drinks are almost natural products.
I want to ask how the name Pitbull came about.
Well, Pitbull is similar to just the dog as well. It's known as the urban dog in its breed. And also, our drinks started off in the inner cities of California.
Got you.
It kind of took a spin from there, and they just became popular worldwide.
Well, my producer and I were talking about this segment earlier, and he mentioned that you've got a pretty special fan out there. Tell me who that, I know, but tell our viewers who that is.
A very huge fan out there. The famous restaurant, Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles.
Shout out to Roscoe's, love them.
Right, they were one of the very first supporters of Pitbull energy drinks. And as we all know, our very own President Barack Obama stopped by recently to go pick up some delicious food while he was in Los Angeles. While he was there, he made sure to take a case of Pitbull energy drinks. And it was kind of funny because the Secret Service carried out tons of food for him, but when they said, "Let me take that for you," he said, "No, this I'm taking myself." So
listen,
he made sure to take it out.
He needs that energy. I mean, traveling all over the world, running, the country, and, just a whole bunch of stuff going on with him. Whole bunch of stuff going on with us women, too, which is why a lot of us do drink energy drinks. But the thing is, sometimes when I do, and I know this as a woman, and certainly men out there probably know this as well, you get the jitters.
Yes.
That's something that I really want to try to avoid if I can. And so how do you create an energy drink that kind of boosts that consumer demand without giving us the jitters?
Well, it's simple. Pitbull energy drinks have created an almost natural product, and our energy drinks are made with high quality ingredients. It's very natural. All of our products contain 4 essential vitamins. They have antioxidants. You have the vitamins B6 and B12. They also have herbal extracts, nothing that's synthetic. So it's really good for you, and it's safe for a daily and regular usage.
You've also developed a sizable military fan base as well.
Yes, we actually went against 3 different well-known energy drinks out there, and the troops, they voted hands down that Pitbull energy drink was the best tasting energy drink. So we won that military contract, and now we supply all of our soldiers out in Afghanistan and other Middle Eastern countries, as well as you can find us in all of the bases in California.
Wonderful. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Let's switch gears here a little bit and talk about diabetes, because there are a lot of people out there who are living with diabetes, or maybe there are people who are trying to watch their weight or who have weight issues. What's the positive impact that energy drinks can make in their lives, or can play in their lives?
Well, our energy drinks are the only energy drink out there that is approved by the American Diabetes Association. It's recommended by the American Diabetes Association as well. So we have a huge sugar-free line that is suitable for diabetics, health-conscious people, and just any adult that's looking for that healthy alternative.
All right, time for a little energy. Walk me through this. What do you recommend? So what is this one?
We have here 4 of our flavors. This is our cherry lime. Very tasty. You get that good lemon taste at the end. This is the newest to our family, the fruit punch.
Yeah.
And then this here is our sugar-free lemon lime. Kind of tastes like a little bit like a ginger ale taste. And then this one here is the military's favorite. The troops love this. It's our blueberry pomegranate.
That's the one I would like to try, if
Yes.
you don't mind.
And we also have this in sugar-free.
Okay, I'm just going to pick up the whole glass. Well, where can viewers watching today find these?
You can find these at our online store at drinkpitbull.com. You can also find them at participating 7-Elevens and participating Walgreens, and also on thirstmonger.com. But for international and any national distribution chains, I would just go to our website for the best information at drinkpitbull.com.
Can I tell you, not kidding, I mean, this really is good. Congratulations to you. Continued
Thank you.
success.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to find out more about the Pitbull lineup of products, visit drinkpitbull.com. That is drinkpitbull.com. Oh, and to share your favorite story, insight, or tip with us about today's topic, visit us on Facebook at Balancing Act Fans.